जेल टाइप की जेल बहुत तो उसकी तरह यूज नहीं कर सकते इसको जेल जमने को अपनी नर्सरी से यूज
अगर ये PVC कंपनी से
लेकिन वो चीज मैंने यहाँ रिपीट किया ना कि जनरली जेल में उतना कन्वर्ट नहीं हुआ। मेरी चीजें सर कह रहे हैं कि 12 और रखने में कन्वर्ट होगा, तो वो चीज यहाँ पर नहीं हुआ ये। लेकिन विंड में मिर्जापुर में आपके विंडम फॉल के सराउंडिंग में जो आपका फॉरेस्ट है वहाँ पर मैंने कलेक्ट किया और हो गया वहाँ पर।
Instead of using those artificial things, ये हम अगर यूज करें तो ये तो बहुत अच्छा है। तो हम एग्रीकल्चर में भी यूज
I will exact technical knowledge only this plant डाल रहा है और कुछ भी मिक्स करते हैं।
This is something we can explore at least यहाँ नहीं तो यहाँ ट्राइबल्स के साथ।
पहली बार उन्होंने गुड़मार मुझे खिलाया करीब
गुड़मार जिम्नेमा सिल्वेस्टर।
वहाँ पर कहने लगा कि उसके बाद उसने कहा चीनी लाया, कहना शक्कर, कहना आप खाली मीठा नहीं लगेगा। स्ट्रेंज हुआ, मैंने कहा विदिन 5 मिनट्स पूरा उसने टेस्ट ही चेंज कर दिया।
This is interesting. Traditional knowledge is too good. जल जमनी syndrome. Even I heard
वहाँ पर उन्होंने ही बताया ना, लोग वो लीगल तो मालूम नहीं था। उन्होंने कहा सर ये जल जमनी, मैंने कहा जल जमनी क्यों नाम पड़ा? कहना पानी को जमा देती है, जल को जमा देती है। मैंने प्रूव करो इसको कैसे। जो हम लोग गेस्ट हाउस में यहाँ रुके थे, लाया फिर कटोरा लाया छोटा सा उनका होता।
And he has proved it. तो एक जल फॉर्मेशन हुआ है।
और स्पून लाकर सर आप इसको टेस्ट कीजिए, ग्रीनिश कलर में जल से।
It is edible also.
हाँ edible। उसने कहा सर आप टेस्ट कीजिए इसको, तो टेस्टलेस था लेकिन क्या लगेगा कि कूलिंग है, पेट को ठंडा करता है। जब हम लोग गर्मी में जलन होती है
तो सब गोल टाइप का काम हो गया, तो कुछ ठंडा करने वाला गोंद हो गया।
We are in the Aravalli Biodiversity Park, managed by
Professor C.R. Babu, funded by DDA.
And we have come across very important medicinal climber. Basically, in Indian folk name is Jal Jamni. It is supposed that the extract of this plant can lead to some kind of crystallization of water, or it gets frozen, and this is the traditional input, and so it has been named as Jal Jamni. Another character of this particular climber is the root goes very deep as per local knowledge, so it is also known as Patal Garudi, botanically identified as Cocculus hirsutus. And in Jammu Indian Institute of Integrative Medicine, they are also working on this very particular medicinal liana. And I think in my week-long wanderings in the daily ridge, I have come across this unique liana, which is very common in the ridge, Cocculus larifolius. Which one is this? This particular, it looks acacia or Albizia. So it is Albizia amara. Introduced or its local nature?
It's local use, but we had planted.
You have planted. So what is unique about this utility?
Range.
Okay. Used as fodder also?
Used as fodder also, sir. Fodder and
Can you show me pod? I am able to see some spirally coiled thing. Is it that pod?
Yeah.
Pod is very peculiar. Is it a permanent feature? It is not going straight and has some kind of twist?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
I don't know whether it's a permanent feature, diagnostic feature.
Yes, sir. I think it is permanent feature.
Very good. Then it will be easy to identify. Vishal, you can also try and see whether this is unique. I think. So this pod can help you in identifying the species Albizia amara. So as a young IFS officer, can you tell me the difference between acacia and Albizia?
I know about the leaf pattern acacia that I've read. That I was confused when I saw it.
No. For a forester, we should know the very simple features, characters.
Thorny and spiny.
Yeah, thorny and spiny is one. Although we have the acacias called wattles,
Yes, sir.
which are introduced in Nilgiris, and mostly they are native to Australia, I think. So they are also without spines. But in Jammu or in the Shivaliks and in Delhi Ridge, whatever we see, we can segregate them into, if spiny, then it is acacia. The genus now stands named as Vachelia. So from that angle, Vachelia nilotica is very familiar to us. Babool. And we have spines even in, you can say, which is called Senegalia. Senegalia catechu, Why different genus? One is Senegalia, which is again spiny, and another is Vachelia, which is also spiny. So what is the difference between Vachelia and Senegalia? Yes. So as a young officer, I think it's very useful input for you. If the flowers are born in spikes, so then it should be Senegalia. Usually, Senegalia modesta, Fulai, Senegalia catechu. And they are usually in cymose heads, in case of Vachelia nilotica. And what about this? This is Alvisia leucophilia, which we came across earlier. But this is Alvisia amara. Alvisia amara, nitrogen fixing plants. You know, as a forest officer, you should know who was the great taxonomist. Today we have named even snakes, trees, plants, many other plants after him. And he was the British chief conservator of forests, working in Madras Presidency. And many species he described for the first time to the flora of India. So many species get its name as species after him. Can you name the chief conservator of forest? Any idea? Ever heard? No. He was, you must popularize, you must tell everybody.
Yes, sir.
Otherwise it is already in Google, you can get from that. He was Charles Henry Beddoe. So how I connected to Beddoe? Because this is the plant which we were other day discussing, used in Chavan Prash also. And this is earlier called as Adhetoda vasica, but presently it is called as Justicia Adhetoda. Whatever we say, in South India we have another small-leaved Justicia or Adhetoda, which is named after Beddoe. He discovered. So another species of this particular plant is Justicia beddoei in present taxonomical parlance. But earlier it was named as this one Adhetoda vasica and that one Adhetoda beddoei. We have snakes named after Beddoe's keelback snake. And many frogs. And he was such a forest officer who worked not only on plants, but even on snakes and animals. That was the way back in 18th century. He worked in down south. Can you name another modern botanist who is PhD in botany, but he is shifted toward the study of amphibians, frogs? Yeah, you should know his name. It was in the year 2003 when S.D. Biju digged out a new frog from Kerala forests, Western Ghats, and it is a nocturnal frog. You will see only during night time. And that was new to science and named after nose shape as Nasica batrachus. Batrachus is a Latin name for frog. So, and something peculiar about nose morphology. So that was created genus as Nasica batrachus. From where it was discovered by S.D. Biju? From Sahyadri mountain range in the Western Ghats. So species was named as Sahyadriensis. Nasica batrachus sahyadriensis. Also named as Jurassic time frog. So it is a living fossil kind of thing, that frog, and which has eluded us because during night time nobody is venturing into those deep jungles, forests, and only during night time, and that too particular monsoon time is coming during breeding time. Otherwise very difficult to see the frog. So that is the beauty. Not only that, S.D. Biju, who is a known, renowned botanist, he did work on taxonomy of flowering plants, and now he is a renowned herpetologist. It's really something.
Northeast India also he has explored.
He has erected a new family of the frogs. No, it was not known to the science. And I wonder how a botanist, core botanist, can be a core zoologist. Now he is renowned as a zoologist, who is you can say the frog expert in India. And he was working in Delhi University perhaps.
Environmental.
I don't know whether he is my Facebook friend. So I was so much fascinated. So today we are celebrating International Mountain Day. So while in Delhi, I thought of going to some forest, and I think I'm lucky. In this biodiversity park, very moment I entered, I found two new species, for me at least new, Sapendus. Sapendus larifolius was new to me, and Sapendus emarginatus. In Jammu, we have only Sapendus mucorosi. So I think it was wonderful, and we could see the growth, heavy growth, green, the climber, Jal Jamni or Patal Garudi, Caculus larifolius. On the tree is Eagle marmilas. This is again state tree of which union territory? Can you tell me? This Eagle marmilas or Bale Patra has been declared as the state tree, because even if it is for union territory, even then it is named as state tree. Which union territory?
I would not hazard a guess.
This is Puducherry. Puducherry. So I think for you it will be useful learning.
Yes.
When we talk about the plants and the chief conservator forest, Bedome. After that there was another conservator of forest. He was Bordelon. So we have many species named after the Bordelon forester also. Can you name one tree which is named, species named after another forester? T. Bordelon. No idea, na? It's very famous timber tree of India, and I think it should be the some state tree of Arunachal. Can you tell the state tree of Arunachal Pradesh? I think it should be, or some other state. It is Dipterocarp. So species I am referring here which is endemic to India and named after the forester. That is Dipterocarpus bordeloni. Another tree species named after Bedome is Litsia bedomii. Although I have not seen myself where it is found. Maybe in South India somewhere. Cycas bedomii. Very good. At least now I appreciate Vishal. And this is restricted or endemic to Eastern Ghats, found in Andhra Pradesh. Cycas bedomii is again an endangered and endemic cycad. So I think our discussion is very fruitful and enriching to each other. Thank you.
वो करते हैं बॉईल करके पीते हैं
और ये जॉइंट इसकी लीफ आपको बॉयल करके पिएंगे, जॉइंट पेन के भी काम आता है ये, और आपकी जॉइंट पेन में
इसके फ्लावर का कलर पर्पल होता है, ऑरेंज कलर का। आप कभी कभी ना राइस को कलर के लिए भी
एक्चुअली फ्लावर होता है, सेंटर में एक ऑरेंज होता है, कुमकुम
जिससे अटैच रहता है वो,
एक ऐसा कुमकुम रखते हैं ना, वैसे लगता है।
So it has, I think, more than a dozen names in Indian languages. So what it is called in Bangla language, Vishal? In Bangla language it is called as Shivli. In some areas, Bihar, also called as Shefali. That may be a little other common popular name. And in Urdu it is also called as Gul Jafri.
In Tamil it is called
Jafran is called for saffron.
yes sir.
So maybe they have coined the Gul Jafri. Then in the pure Sanskrit is the earlier ancient language of India. So in Sanskrit it was named as Shefalika. From Shefalika the word has been modified to Shefali, and from Shefali to Shivli. But in South India, Malayalam Parijatam is one name, and
Tamil Pavlamalli.
Palla
Pavlamalli.
Pavzamalli.
Jasmine.
Yeah. Malli is any kind of jasmine. And Pavza means?
Pavla means pearl.
Huh?
Pearl.
Pearl. Okay. How much innovation in the name of this particular plant. And accordingly, it has been named in botany as Nyctanthus arbor tristis. Can you tell me the meaning of Nyctanthus arbor tristis? Literally, it is carrying some message.
Arbor would be tree habit.
Yeah. Arbor means a tree-like habit, no doubt.
I know about insectivorous plants that I've heard.
Nict means what?
So it should be some secretion.
No. Nict means night. We have Nycticebus cowkang, है ना वो हुल्ला वो mammals with bulging eyes, owl-like, and they are also named after them because they are night mammals, the animals which hunt the prey during night time. Owl is also nocturnal. So from nocturnal, they are also called as the nicti. Nictis refers to night. And what is night feature? During night, flowering takes place. So anthes means flower. So night flowering, you can say. The nyctanthes. Arbor means a tree. And tristis means sad. Why sad? Not in daytime you see the glory of this plant. That glory and beauty is only for the night time. So it has been aptly named as Nyctanthes arbor tristis. And we called it as Parijat, Harshingar, and the plant which arose during Sagar Manthan. So the same story I think was heard by the Britishers also, especially the botanists, taxonomists, and they also named it as tree of sadness, tree of sorrow also. They have coined knowledges and wisdoms of India. Indians have given these stories and you can say the names, but they just coined and now also named as tree of sadness or tree of sorrow. And you have so many, I think, it is also used for the coloring, the textiles,
Yes,
especially during Buddhist era. Mostly the Bodhis used to color their robes with the color of this particular organic color, kumkum-like color, saffron-like color. And as Dr. Danesh was telling, it is very useful medicinal plant for the treatment of arthritis and another disease, sciatica. But this is also developed into cuisines, especially in Assam and Bengal as a fish curry. So you can also develop the herbal tea, flowers, leaves, and that gives supplements the nutrition on one hand, and second it will provide you antioxidants also, and even carotenoids. And that way I think even it is a very useful edible tree. And then in the scriptures, the Hindu scriptures, it stands mentioned right in the earlier scriptures telling that it arose during Sagar Manthan when Dhanvantari also rose and gave us the Ayurveda. So that kind of plant, and plant is taken to heavens, and from heavens Lord Krishna brought it to on the earth. So Hari ka Shingar, Har Shingar means Hari ka Shingar. So that way. And it was planted in Satyabhama's garden, and the branches also they were hanging. They hang towards the Rukmani's side also. So the flowers fell there also in her garden. So another story is there is a princess named after Parijat in India, and she fell in love with sun, God, for a millionth of nanosecond, you can say, and she was totally looking like a bride, that girl, princess named Parijat. But then sun said, no, I have to do my duty. I can't be on the earth. I have to shine in the sky. So sun left, and that princess, the heart broken. With that heart broken, she committed suicide, or she went away, and she was no more. She expired. And from the ashes, or where she was buried, it is said, as per Indian folklore, that this tree took birth. So it is named after her, in her memory and in her honor, as Parijat. Here you see another plant. Come here, Vishal. See the 4 lobes of the fruit. Other day we discussed in Northern Ridge.
Greedy.
Very good, very good. Which species?
Tenax.
Tenax. Locally named as Gageti.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what is called as?
Gate or the gate.
Gageti. And the fruits becomes orange red
Yes, sir. You seen
on maturity. So we can eat it.
Yes, sir.
Even the wild birds, animals, they also eat its fruits. And this is also fiber yielding, but this is smaller in size, but otherwise in hills. Mostly we have another species of agroforestry, grevia. That's grevia optiva. Asiatica is for falsa fruit, mostly used as a fruit or a fruit juice. But in hills, you will see another species which is very useful for a farmer, source of fiber, source of fuel wood, and source of fodder. That is Grevia oppositifolia, earlier it called, but now it is called Grevia optiva. Optiva. Here we have come across another dashmul tree, and young forest officer, I think you will try to identify for me. Which is this tree? Which has the leaves looking like people, but it is not people because leaves are two. They are paired. At each node, you will find two leaves. Though superficial resemblance with sacred fig tree, people, but it is not people as there are two leaves at each node. Can you identify?
Sir, I'm not able to recall. Sir.
Oh, I discussed this also.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So this is your recapitulation, whatever I discussed and how much you retained. This is Melina arborea, named after a German botanist, but not only botanist, he was a naturalist basically. Malin, G is silent. So in his honor named as Melina arborea means a tree-like. Okay, and this is dashmul, meaning 10 roots, which our Ayurvedic experts, they thought they are very important to heal the ailments of human beings. And 5 are trees and 5 are smaller plants. So this is one of that, Melina arborea, and also known as white teak. And this is the also some state tree of some northeastern state. Which state? Because in West Bengal they have named Astronius coloris and this Nectanthus arbortristis. Melina arborea may be some Tripura, Manipur, some northeastern state. So, but this is very useful. Timber also, and flowers attract birds also. And the roots are medicinal. Another tree here, just see behind. Can you identify this one? This particular tree. This is Mitragaina parvifolia. This is a true kadam. Sometimes Anthocephalus kadamba we say, but that is not true kadamba. This is a true kadamba where Krishna used to climb on this tree beside the river Yamuna. So this is a true Krishna kadamba. Mitragaina parvifolia. Coffee family.
We had a poem on this, sir, Kadam ke upar.
Subhadra Kumari Chauhan.
Yes, sir.
Can you recite? If you will recite, I will be happy. On International Mountain Day, you recite Subhadra Kumari Chauhan's.
Only 1 or 2 lines. I'll
Okay,
be able to
okay,
pick
okay.
up.
Whatever.
He says that महाकदम का पेड़ अगर ये होता यमुना तीरे, मैं भी इस पर बैठ कन्हैया बनता धीरे धीरे, ले देती यदि मुझे बांसुरी तुम दो पैसे वाली, किसी तरह हो जाती एक कदम की डाली, something like that.
नीचे बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत बढ़िया. But you should learn today, I think, on International Mountain Day, and by the evening time you should recite it again.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine.
इसका फल
पके हुए फलों को जैकाल गीदड़ खाते हैं. बैलानाइटस इजिप्टिया का
परकोपाइन खाती है.
पार्कोपाइन भी
इसके जो साई है,
साई पार्कोपाइन.
उसके जो सीड कोट है ब्रेक करती है, उसके अंदर जो पाउडर होता है.
हिस्ट्रिक्स इंडिका पार्कोपाइन वो भी इसके फल खाती है. तो दूसरा क्या बोला आपने, कौन सा जानवर? जैकाल्स.
इसके फल
गोल्डन जैकाल कैनिसोरियस वो भी खाती है. और ये जो है इट वाज यूज्ड बाय द रेवोल्यूशनरी. कौन?
ब्लू बुल, नील गाय.
नील गाय भी खाती है. नील गाय इज बॉज एलाफस ट्रैगोकैमलस. हाँ भाई विशाल, नील गाय zoological name is Bos elephas tragocamelus. So also the food for Nil guy.
The biggest antelope in India.
Big, and even revered by us. है ना? So this another unique traditional knowledge related linked with this is the explosive grenade like use. So इस वजह से थोड़ा सा बताइए ग्रेनेड का क्या यूज, जो एक्सप्लोसिव होता है ना.
सर इतना नहीं इसका पता, बस यही पता है कि इसके पाउडर्स को मैंने ट्रेडिशनल नॉलेज में बुक्स में पढ़ा है कि इसको
फिल करते थे
हाँ
शायद,
जी, गन पाउडर में
हॉलो करके ना इसके अंदर का निकाल के पल्प।
पाउडर को
ग्रेनेड के लिए एक शेल चाहिए होता है, बिकॉज अल्टीमेटली द कंसेप्ट ऑफ एक्सप्लोसिव इज प्रेशर, तो इसलिए कि प्रेशर कुकर। सो इसका जो फल था उसने लोगों को इंस्पायर करा, बिकॉज वॉर के टाइम पे लोग इंस्पिरेशन ढूंढते हैं, तो जो फल लोकली अवेलेबल था, जंगलों में अवेलेबल था, एंड गुरिल्ला वॉरफेयर हैज बीन इंडियन टैक्टिक्स थ्रू आउट। तो अंग्रेज इस चीज से फेमिलियर नहीं होते, तो आप जंगलों से इसके फल लेके उसको खोखला करके उसमें गन पाउडर और स्मॉल पेबल्स डाल के उसका डोमेस्टिक ग्रेनेड हो गया, एक लोकल मेक इन इंडिया ग्रेनेड, उसको वो इस्तेमाल करते थे अंग्रेजों के खिलाफ।
So such a tree which is used as food by Nilgai, by jackal, or third porcupine, and its fruits were also used by the revolutionaries when we are celebrating 75 years of Indian independence, Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. I think each student and each boy and each forest officer and staff should be aware of this particular hingot. It is called as hingot in Hindustani, but otherwise this is balanitis. There are two species. Balanitis aegyptiaca, they say that is restricted to Africa, and what we have, it is balanitis roxburghi. I don't know whether both species are found in India or one we have, they are synonyms, but some taxonomists they are treating as two separate species, Balanitis aegyptiaca or Balanitis roxburghi. So what you would like to call this?
Balanitis roxburghi.
Two species are identified. They say African one is Aegyptiaca, yeah, roxburghi.
Roxburgh worked in India, so it is named after Roxburgh.
But people identify as there are two different species.
Yes,
Both are accepted. So which one is this? I am also not sure. So which character separates two? Not sure. You have the great orange tip butterfly basically, again in association of Justicia adetoda. So I think it is better to, yeah. This is beautiful. Early morning and we are able to catch its glimpse so closely. The plant is Justicia adetoda, Justicia jalanica, earlier called as Adetoda vasica, so many different names. And one particular species of Justicia found in South India is named after a chief conservator of forest, Badom, as Justicia bedomii, earlier called as Adetoda bedomii. This particular plant is Adetoda vasica, are now named as Justicia zelanica or Justicia adetoda.
नेशन में भी है, बर्ड्स के द्वारा भी हो रहा है.
This is a peculiar cordia graph, locally called as Gondi. This used to occur in Nandani Wildlife Sanctuary, Jammu, but very rare, lesser known cordia. We saw three cordia today. One was cordia mixa, another you are telling cordia dichotoma is also there, cordia dentata, earlier crenata. We saw cordia crenata also, that was new to me, and now this one cordia graph and full of gum or glue, so also sometimes named as glue cherry. Cordia was again a German naturalist or botanist in whose honor this genus stands erected. In Jammu I came across another peculiar cordia vestita. I don't know whether you have cordia vestita in Aravali Biodiversity Park. So that was a new find for me. I had never seen cordia vestita in my life. Only last year I came across in my Akhnur forest. And likewise this cordia graph was also not seen by me for the last 20 years. So again for me this is a very useful species, a new species during daily visit. So this particular tract, what we see is mostly colonized by, or we have the remnant Aravali vegetation dominated by Balanitis, and this one is Sapindus marginatus or larifolius. Can you help me, Vishal?
So this will not be marginatus.
This is larifolius.
Larifolius.
This is Sapindus larifolius. Not emarginatus, because in emarginatus we have the tip is emarginate. And here we have Arva. Is it Arva lanata?
Yes, sir.
This is Arva lanata. And I think This is again Cordia. No, Mixa dichotoma. But in behind we see Sterculia. That should be Villosa.
Urens.
Is it Urens?
Urens, sir.
Okay. So this is a new species for me, at least, not found in Jammu and Kashmir. And you see the bark is exfoliating. And also eaten by wild boar or porcupine?
Porcupine, sir, eaten by porcupine.
Porcupine.
Because root is tuberous.
Okay, root is tuberous, so that is palatable to many wildlife. So,
Favorable food of porcupine.
favorable food for porcupine. I think even wild boar may be eating.
Maybe, sir, but wild boar is not here.
Okay. And this is Sterculia urens. Also got a Bhutia bricks.
Yes, sir. Ghost tree.
Ghost tree, Bhutia bricks. And gum karaya.
Gum karaya.
Gum karaya. Gum is highly useful for arthritis.
Pharmaceutical industry.
Pharmaceutical industry.
Yes, sir. For digestive tract after.
So what work you are carrying out for rehabilitation or you can say multiplication of this species? Are you multiplying this?
Sir, we have multiplied 1,000 of Sterculia urens.
Raised
By seeds, sir.
Okay.
But it is also raised through cuttings also.
Okay.
By giving different concentrate ppm of IBA.
Okay.
That it is
So which you method you find easier?
easier is by seed.
By seed.
Fresh seed we have collected from forest.
Okay.
And after 3 or 4 days it start germination आपका. और within आपका 3 months it goes up to height of 1 feet. It will give proper आपका nutrient to.
Okay. So Dr. Danesh, can you tell me is it same mixa dichotoma?
This is mixa. This is
Okay, very good. So
and this is
this leaf is of
mixa.
mixa because it is a little hard and rough on the underside.
Crenated.
Crenate also. Leaf margin is a bit crenate. So this is mixa. But here is another which is
Dichotoma.
and not crenate also. Margin is totally entire. And this is this one
Dichotoma.
dichotoma. So first I will focus on these two species. This is dichotoma, he says, and this one is mixa. On left side is Cordia mixa, and right side is Cordia dichotoma. So just again repeat what are the distinguishing feature to identify two leaves.
The Cordia mixa leaf is slightly rougher,
Okay.
tougher, and also margins are more sharper.
Okay.
Whereas this is very slightly wavery or very slight sharpness is there in the margin for dichotoma. But very
In
smooth.
mixa there is some kind of you can say some toothed way of margin,
leaf margins are
little bit, and it's a tougher also, tougher and rougher leaf, Cordia mixa, and not tougher and rougher. This is Cordia
waxy coating and soft.
waxy coating. So you should be able to. Sometimes I was also confusing in the field whether it is Cordia mixa or Cordia dichotoma. So they should be treated as synonyms. So now among the experts I am here today. So I think they are two distinct species. Hana? Which one is mostly traded and pickled? That is dichotoma, I think. Dichotoma. Hana? Mixa is edible,
Edible. Mixa is also edible.
but not sold in the market.
It is sold in the market. We have seen in Okhla market in New Delhi.
Okay. Both are eaten and sold in the market.
Vegetable.
Achha, okay. So you were referring, this is the Rhytia tinctoria. Dying roseway. Dying. It has some color.
Yes, sir.
Color from pods or bark?
Maybe bark. So pod there is.
Yeah, leaf, maybe.
Maybe, sir.
Blue color dye is prepared. So it is also called dying roseway and kind of kutaj. So in Jammu we have Rhytia tomentosa. Leaves are hairy. That is called woolly dying roseway.
We also have here arborea. Or arborea it is.
Tomentosa,
Okay. Now called as arborea. So show me that also. Arborea, now named as arborea. But this one is, the pods are slender in case of Rhytia tinctoria, I think.
Yes.
And they are longer also.
Longer also.
But in case of arborea, they are
Shorter.
thicker, shorter.
Broader, pod is broader.
Yeah,
and height is shorter as compared to
So
Rhytia.
then we can, I think, identify these two species.
इसके पॉइंट सीड होते हैं, ये पॉइंट में जुड़ा रहता है ना नीचे
ये पॉइंट में जुड़ा रहता है,
नीचे के
Paired.
पॉइंट से पेयर्ड होता है.
ये पेयर्ड होता वो दे आर सेपरेट
के बाद
ओके
सिंगल
वो सिंगल
so this is not to be confused with the Rhytia arborea. This is Rhytia
you can notice this one.
tinctoria. Yeah.
They are jointed at the
And two parts are peculiarly attached.
yes.
Paired pods, basically they are follicles. I think they are treated as follicles and they are paired or capsules. Which kind of fruit? So this is very useful in carpentry work. Follicles? Follicles mostly I think. Apocynaceae mostly we have the follicles. This is again, this is the Holerina. So this is your Diospyros Montana variety cordifolia, or you can club it as cordifolia itself. And again we have this.
ग्रेविया
This is Greviatenax. This one is again
आई थिंक
Holerina
होलेरेना बट
or Rhytia.
नहीं होलेरेना
Holerina.
ब्रॉडर
Now you see the fruits are also there. Holerina or
एंटीडेसेंट सर कंफर्म
similar fruits only.
okay.
बिकॉज़ लीव्स इज ब्रॉडर
Asha, leaf is broader.
इन होलेरेना एंड
So not to be confused with Rhytia.
लीव्स इज ब्रॉडर
Also. Yes. You can see that this is the Rhytia, surely. Can I?
नहीं बोथ इज होलेरेना
This is also Holerina? Okay. Similar looking plants, Rhytia and Holerina.
लीव्स
Leaf, there overlaps in right here.
Okay. This is Rhytia in front of you?
Yes.
This one?
दिस वन इज राइट हियर
Rhytia. Okay. So this is Phlogia, or what you call Sacchariniga. Huh? Is it? Or we also have one Kirgenelia, which is now named as Phyllanthus reticulatus. We have no, but this is Sacchariniga, Phlogia only. Okay. This is another climber. Which one?
सर दिस इज एनर्जेसिस
Iconocarpus. Is it not Iconocarpus? Looking like.
दिस इज इरेशिया इरेशिया लेविस
No, it's a climb. Huh? Aricia?
इरेशिया
Erasure
100% सर
Okay.
regeneration.
Dantaranga.
Erasure
चमरोड
chamrod.
चमरोड इट इज
Chamrod is in Hindi also named as Dadraga. Used to color your lips.
एनर्जेसिस सिरेसिया
Erasure.
सिरेसिया
Anogesis latifolia I have seen. Anogesis pendula I have seen.
We have three species.
Okay.
एनर्जेसिस लैटिफोलिया पेंडुला
and latifolia.
सिरेसिया दिस इज
Sericia.
हां एनर्जेसिस
This is lesser known. Is it a widely distribution or
वाइडली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड सर
Aravalis? So this is new to me. I have never seen in my life.
Leaf are leathery and
Okay.
hairy also.
Okay. Now they have clubbed it under Terminalia. People say.
मे भी सर
I don't know. On genes, na, they are telling now it is also Terminalia.
Yes.
It's too much. Anogesis sericia was earlier, but now it is also named as Terminalia sericia. So this is new for me. Plenty are lesser known.
plenty
Okay.
in around
We have
in our
replicated
park we have plenty
So no fruits this time.
no sir
Used as fodder.
I use as a fodder in Rajasthan
Uh-huh.
generally people use as a fodder for camel and sheep
Their pendula grows, I think, abundantly rather than sericia.
pendula is
More common.
forming more common pendula Sericea is less but in density pendula is more as compared to Sericea
Okay.
and their bark is used to as a coloring agent for leather purpose
So in Aravali biodiversity park, we have three species of Anogesis. Anogesis latifolia, Anogesis pendula, Anogesis sericia.
and Sericea leaves is broader as compared to pendula
Okay.
and
In
latifolia
Jammu, Riasi Forest Division, only one this Anogesis.
You may be
Anogesis latifolia.
That
No,
have broad leaves.
yeah, broadly.
Tall tree.
Yeah.
It is middle side.
And people confuse with Arjun.
yes,
If you tell the local name, they say it is also
Arjun.
Arjun.
leaves is totally different
So-
as compared to Sericea and pendula
After transfer of Anogesis genus to Terminalia genus, I think our locals are also justified to call it as a kind of Arjun for terminalia. Which one? This is Vachelia nilotica, earlier called as Acacia nilotica. Babool. This is also used in toothpaste. Toothpaste, yes.
चलिए कॉमन ही हो गया तो चलिए बहुत हो गया आगे चलते हैं
Yeah. This is the Wrightia tinctoria. This is Aristia levis, Chamarode. So this is a dry deciduous forest, and this is the look during the winter months. Which one is that one? This pods, plenty of pods on the this.
This is I think acacia
Con,
Senegal, no, Senegal, it is acacia
Consina or Chundra? No. Consina, Chundra.
Consina is I think.
Huh?
Acacia.
Consina is Shikakai.
No, not shikakai. It is not shikakai, sir.
Then it's very peculiar. Pod is very peculiar. Munili for a little bit. But this is
acacia Senegal तो नहीं है सर basically.
Acacia Senegal is reported,
हाँ Senegal यहाँ पर है सर ये.
but I have not seen. If you can show me and confirm.
If spice is there, then it is Senegal.
Modesta. Pod is different.
What is different, sir? Maybe naturally germinated after it.
So let us focus our taxonomy on this particular plant, whether it is this species or that species. So still our team a little bit confusing and we are struggling.
Senegal नहीं है सर ये.
So it is like Modestas too,
Okay.
but Catechu will have more leaf pinnae.
It is not Catechu, I am sure. But I think even Modesta. What about a Dicrostachys cinerea?
No, that is not, sir. We have confirmed. Their pod is smaller than this tree.
Okay. Chundra should have a red stem. So it is not having even red stem. So this plant I think yet to be identified. तो ये देख रहे हो आप, ये है डोली चंद्रोन अंगिस्केटी और डोगजेंथा अंगिस्केटी, कैट्स क्ला वाइन, और ये टेरिस है काइंड ऑफ फॉर
Chlorophytum tuberosum.
क्लोरोफाइटम ट्यूबरोसम,
Yes, sir.
सफेद मूसली,
सफेद मूसली की दूसरी स्पीसीज है.
Sissamplas perira. And also this was the mining area earlier, before 1984 perhaps. So how it has been rehabilitated, ecologically stabilized now and developed into orchidarium. So many, which is this tree?
Terracotta alatas.
Buddha coconut tree, Terracotta lata, Sterculia lata. And on this we have one orchid. Is it Aridus?
Incosia, sir. Incosia.
Rincosia. So this is epiphytic orchid growing on the Buddha's coconut tree, Terracotta alata. Can you show me Aridus? Rincostylis is okay. If you have.
No, sir. Aridus is
Dendrobium you have not put on any trunk?
no, sir, not dendrobium, but we have this one.
Ecampi. Very good. Ecampi which species? Pre-marsa or?
Don't know which species, sir. This is Acampi.
But from leaf it's very difficult to, it looks like Rincostylis.
Yes.
So Ecampi, Pre-marsa, and you see how they have.
I think this one is that.
This can be Ecampi.
This is
Yeah.
Acampi.
This is Ecampi. You see.
That is
Try to focus. This is Rincostylis. Hana, a kind of, you can say the margins are raised and a grooved lamina. So there is another orchid which having more flattish kind of leaf, and this is Ecampi species. Many species Ecampi, Pre-marsa, etc. we have. This is again. Is it black nama or which fern?
Actually, our own labor comes from Bengal.
Okay, they have
He has dropped.
So this is Bombax Siba. And also Zuzi Syzygium, Cumini. And these are Buddho coconut tree, and this one is Kanak Champa, Pterospermum acerifolium. And on Pterospermum acerifolium, we are able to see Rinco stylus. But this is on which tree? Akampi? Is it Delvergia? Delvergia Sisu, North Indian rosewood tree. And on this you see, orchids are very fascinating plants, and some of them are lithophytic, growing on rocks, some are growing on tree trunks, they are called epiphytic, some are terrestrial also. In Jammu, Kashmir, mostly we see terrestrial. Northeast also, Paphiopedilum, Coelogine, Habenaria species. And this is a Akampi. I think, am I able to see one flower or fruit? Something is there. This is Akampi. Is it flower or fruit? Flower, hai na?
This is a flower.
Yeah. So, okay. Yeah. This is beautiful. So this is very. Show me like this, right? This is Akampi genus orchid, lesser known orchid, which we don't have in forest. So you see its roots, and they developed some kind of association with the host tree through Hostoria. And they have the obligate association with fungi. So mycorrhizal association is unique with orchid roots. This is also the flower of Akampi. And we are able to see any other orchid. There are at least few. Maybe all Rinco stylus are.
Some are different.
I was wondering, what about Aridis? Very difficult to.
No, so actually that photo I think is misidentification of this.
Okay. But this is a epiphytic fern. It is poly. Nephrolepis? No, polysporium. What is the name of?
Bird's nest fern, I think they call it.
Oh,
This keeps increasing.
okay.
Bird's nest, that's how that is.
So this is the tree. Which is tree? Is it jamun?
Which tree?
Syzygium भी दिख रहा है.
This is cocoa or something. This is not moss.
Moss है.
ये moss ही है.
Keeps moisture.
Moss वाला तो इतना काला कैसे हो गया?
Humus accumulation होगा. So this abandoned mine area,
Generally.
and how devastatingly it was excavated, and ecology of the area vandalized, but how now it has been rehabilitated, and we see the good growth of trees and even ferns and many fascinating orchids. This is not the flowering season for orchids, so we will not be able to appreciate. Is there any state, any state who has declared any orchid as a state orchid? Maybe. I'm not familiar. What about Kerala? Only hope from Kerala. No idea. The word orchid was derived from the word, basically the tubers in the orchid, simulating with the testicles. So it has, most of the orchids, they are also used aphrodisiacs, especially Dactylorhiza hetageria, which we find in the hills, palm orchid, marsh orchid. Then which one? Rixia. So many Rixia species. I was working research. My research work was on. Yeah, this is Rixia. So in Rixia we have many species. Rixia himalayensis, Rixia frosti, Rixia discolor. Many species of
This is Asplenium natus.
Asplenium nidus. Okay. This fern is Asplenium nidus, bird nest fern, popularly named as. And above we have the orchid, most probably Rinco stylus, also named after Sita Maya as Sita ki mala, or foxtail orchid. And water body is there, and we have the adiantum fern also, walking fern, adiantum caudatum, and then this is Safed Musli, chlorophytum. I think 2-3 species exist. Chlorophytum tuberosum is one. Chlorophytum boryvillianum, I don't know whether it is boryvillianum or tuberosum. They are telling perhaps it is tuberosum. If tuberosum, that is very rare plant and threatened plant. But boryvillianum is very common. I think maybe boryvillianum, which they are telling tuberosum. Are you sure this species is tuberosum or boryvillianum?